I'm Pichet Ong, and right now we're sitting at Batch, which is my dessert outlet, which is located right next to P.Ong in New York City. P.Ong is a restaurant I had opened up last spring that features new American cuisine based upon flavors that I like. Many of them are sweet, and also features many dessert technique that I like to use to incorporate into cooking in general. Well, a lot of them are all about the balance of sweet and savory. A lot of the dishes have sweet notes. Just for example, I use a lot of fruit, wine reduction, caramelized vegetables, chocolate, and I find the best produce of the season and highlight them. I find that when you do that, you get the sweetest ingredients. And then it's paired with something that's savory. It could be cheese, soy sauce, salts, different kinds of salts, miso. A lot of it is fermented products that I think enhances flavor in indefinite ways. I have a foie gras torchon that I cook. It gets whipped up into a chantilly, which is like a light cream. It's very creamy consistency. And then that's filled in a taco shell with some roasted pineapple, Thai chili jam. And the taco shell is made up of cocoa nib, cocoa powder, and hazelnut. So it's kind of chocolatey. It's very nice. I have shrimp ceviche. The ceviche is mixed together with pineapple, sweet Alfonso mango, and then cilantro and other sorts of vegetables and citruses. The shrimp gets marinated in that, and then it gets topped with mango sorbet. I find that a lot of times ceviche is just not cold enough, and I think why don't you take some of the marinade and make it into a sorbet, make it more refreshing. I do it like a duck that I braise in chocolate and red wine, vegetables. It's almost like a mole of sort. And then that's get filled into a pot pie. So basically, in essence, it's a duck pot pie, but it's got a little bit more flavor. A lot of the dishes are actually like, classic. I like very classic. Ceviche is pretty quite classic. Shrimp ceviche is nothing that mind-bending about it. The only thing that like I said, I turn some of the marinade into a sorbet to make it a little bit more refreshing. I like Caesar salad a lot, but what I do at the restaurant is I aerate the salad dressing into like a sabayon, where I whip the egg yolks and the egg whites, souffle it a little bit, so it's a lighter experience, but yet still flavorful. And then that goes on top of the sucrine hearts. Sucrine is a type of lettuce like romaine, but a little bit more seasonal and sweeter. I like classical, a lot of classical flavors. Italian, food, very popular, and I like a lot of, rustic cooking of the world, like one-dish meals, polenta, braised meats, pot pies, seafood, shrimp cocktail, one of my favorites. I incorporate a lot of those flavors into cooking, but presented in new light. The food trend is going in all different directions. It really depends on the environment and what the demand of the public wants. It seems that a lot of people are going back to the classics. Italian food is always going to be in French, but there's also a trend towards comfort food as well, food that's comforting. From burger, pizza, and desserts. I think it's increasingly becoming recognized as a comfort food that make you feel better. Even ethnic foods of the world, that's sort of comforting. A lot of it has become considered sort of like familiar food, sushi, which has its many mutations, ways of serving raw fish, ceviche format or sashimi. Like just for example, and it's not necessarily an original or authentic recipe either. Like I never saw like the fish tacos that I find here when I went to Mexico, but apparently, you know, I heard from somebody that it started in California, the trend of fish taco. But, you know, and I had it many times in the last couple of years. And to me, it's very comforting, even though I never had them before. But something in the way it was presented, it was really comforting. Familiarity is a good thing. So, you know, the format, you know, the shape, people know what it is, people know how to eat it, people know how to approach it. It's nothing that's, you know, overly challenging. And then it's fried fish in a taco shell. How can it not be comforting? Well, the book, my first book, The Sweet Spot, chronicles my 5 years of doing Asian desserts or Asian-inspired desserts for different restaurants, John George von Richten restaurants. In it, I include many recipes from Asia, you know, inspired directly from street desserts in Asia. There's a distinctive use of ingredients that are different from the ingredients I found here. Generally, you know, more oil is used, you know, rice flour, tapioca flour, all sorts of vegetable flours as opposed to wheat. A lot of fruit, a lot of coconut. Coconut is basically like the butter and the milk and the cream in Asian dessert making. All of which translates to an inspiration point for a new style of dessert making where you don't have to rely so much on the butter, sugar, and flour format, which I think it's great to look at and reevaluate how we can make modern desserts for the future. Well, I think something that has a wide appeal and is sort of international in its appeal is the shaved ice dessert. So I have a couple of variations on that one. There's one that's made with corn and red bean. The way I made it is topped off, but you could actually, you know, put it into the ice as well. You might not be into corn in dessert or red bean, but you take that idea of having, you know, a bowl of shaved ice and you can put other things that you like, you know, such as berries, and then you have a syrup on it. Shaved ice, I think, is a really great dessert concept because you can cut down on the sugar and just have the pure taste of the fruit. But then you alter the texture of the juice and the temperature and make it appropriate for the season, you know, such as summer. And vice versa, in the winter time, you can have like a soup, like a fruit soup. And then now I'm working on a new cookbook called Sugar and Salt, and it's all about it captures all the sweet and savory dishes of the world. Hopefully it'll be an eye-opening experience. You know, people think, wow, is that why I like miso cod? It's because it's sweet and savory at the same time. In actuality, savory is only enhanced by sweetness.